Check out this van, check out this van, check out this van. Look at this thing. Old school Chevy. Yeah! Woo! What's happening, everybody? So it's been a while since I've uploaded a video. Kind of just been doing a bunch of miscellaneous stuff on the van. We've had some real bad weather out here and a few really nice days though, but mostly bad. So some stuff I got done. I got the backup camera halfway installed. I'm not going to show how to do that because it's different for every vehicle. It's not really going to help anybody. Got the subwoofer installed, and we got the templates done for the foam cabinets. Evie did most of that work, and you can check out how she did the templates on her channel. But we did come up with a, well, we got the inspiration from someone who commented on her channel, and then we came up with a really cool way to draw out templates on curved surfaces. Let me show you this thing real quick. All right, so look at this beauty. This is a hole saw, and I drilled into a bunch of XPS foam, which is very, very, very dense foam. It's very strong. This is what we're going to use to make the cabinets out of, actually. And then I took the drill bit out of the center of this hole saw, which happened to be just a little bit smaller than a pencil, and then we Gorilla Glued the pencil in there. So this pencil doesn't move around very much at all. It's pretty well in there. So what we do is we cut out, is that a spider? Oh, it's a fly. We cut out the cardboard. I don't know why I can't remember words when I'm on camera for some reason. Anyway, we cut out the cardboard to roughly fit, you know, pretty close, but we wanted an exact match for the side walls of this van. So we just took this thing and set it up against the wall, and imagine that the piece of cardboard is right here that we're drawing the template on, and just roll this down the wall. It's a lot easier when you have both hands. We just roll it down the wall, and it makes a perfect shape, exactly matching the wall. So there's all different kinds of ways you can do this. Like I said, somebody mentioned put a pencil on a wheel or something on one of Evie's videos where she started doing the templates, and that's where we got this idea from and invented this crazy little thing. So that is yours now. During the template process, we checked everything and fitted everything, but the problem was the cardboard templates were really hard to stay up and really hard to put together. So we're going to cut out the foam and then use that as our final template to figure out where we need to put all the wood wedges in to connect the cabinets together, because it's going to be a three-part thing. That way we can get it in and out of the van easily. We can upgrade later if we want to. If we decide we want to do a totally different design, it'll be easy to remove it. Or if we get mold or mice or roaches or another spider infestation or something, it'll be easy to remove the thing. It won't be one huge cabinet that doesn't even fit out the doors, you know what I mean? So we're gonna cut out the foam and put it together the way it's gonna be done, and make sure that everything is perfect, and make sure that everything is gonna like, we know where to put all the wood wedges to connect everything, if that makes sense. So right now I'm putting the roof vent back on the Astro, the fantastic fan, the original one, because I haven't done that yet, and it's gonna start raining today, and it's probably gonna rain tomorrow for the next week or something. So we want to be able to pull the Astro out so that we have the entire inside of the garage to work on that. So the issue we've run into now is the foam. They don't make 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch XPS anymore. You can only get this 3/4 stuff, at least around here in Oregon. I'm way overexposed. Let me turn this down a little bit. There we go. So in Oregon, you can only get the 3/4 inch stuff. So this is way thicker than we wanted. We only wanted like...
Not even everywhere. Most big places like Home Depot and Lowe's will only sell 1 inch. To get 3/4 inch, I had to go to the distributor place and buy it off of them. And they told me that they can still make 1/2 inch, but it's like custom order, and you only make it in like huge quantities.
So you gotta buy like 1,000 of them or something?
Yeah, and it's very expensive for them to make, and it's not popular, so that's why they don't really make it anymore.
Okay. So yeah, that's the deal with that. So we gotta use a 3/4 inch, but the problem now is a standard box cutter razor blade won't fit all the way through, and if you cut the top half and bend it down and try to cut the rest, it ends up leaving all these nasty looking grooves in there. So we're trying to figure out a way to cut it smooth. Drop in the description if you have any ideas. We're thinking electric knife now. We bought a kitchen knife that's wicked sharp, and we thought that that would work, but it's not really working either. So not sure how we're gonna cut this now. We might use an electric knife for like carving turkeys or whatever. Thank you. We also bought this thing, and some of these are really long, and they're all razor blades, so hopefully this thing will work. We can make some nice clean cuts in our foam. The best method is definitely to slice. You're pulling the knife across, you're dragging it across, you're not sawing, you're just dragging it across. That keeps the keeps the cuts nice and clean and keeps them from getting all broken up and nasty looking. And it seems like you got to make, at least with this 3/4 inch stuff, you got to make 2 passes. You got to do one for the top and then one to get the next layer below it. There we go. See how this edge is nice and smooth and flat? And this one has all the broken up stuff on it. That's what I'm talking about. You want to avoid that, and to do that, just nice smooth cuts. And on this one, I actually messed up and went a little too wide, and I had to go back to it, and that's why it did that. But I think with the Gorilla Glue we're going to use, it actually expands, so it'll fill in those cracks anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. It might even actually, in the end, help it adhere more. I'm not sure. But we're just going to keep cutting these things out. You gotta be really smart with this thing. Get yourself out of the way. If you've got it in such a way that you're staying in front of it like this, you're gonna end up, I mean, if something catches or you slip suddenly, you're gonna cut your penis off or something, man, or whatever genitalia you have. So you gotta be careful with this thing. Stand off to the side so that if it goes flying, it's going back, it's not gonna hit you. And don't put your hands right in front of it or you're gonna start slitting your wrist or something, man. These things are very sharp, so be careful. Another thing to consider when you're doing, you know, a big cabinet like we're doing, is it might be smarter, and you definitely, I think you definitely want to section it off into smaller pieces so it's easier to remove. Like I said, there's all kinds of things that can happen. Water gets in, you get mold, you get rats, you get mice, you get roaches, spiders, who knows what, all kinds of crazy stuff can happen. And it's good to pull everything out and do a deep clean, you know, every once in a while, because dust and stuff accumulates in there. It's a very small space. Keep it healthy. So it might be smart to just build the smallest cabinet and see how it works. Wow, that's a cool looking car. And then build the next one based off of that, like on top of that, you know, and then the next one and the next one. Maybe that works for you, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's smarter to build the whole thing at once because it's quicker and you can do it like a factory and just bust the whole thing out. It's up to you. Thought I'd mention it though.
Okay, it's going.
Alright, so everything I learned about foam cabinets, I learned from John. John, if you're watching this, thank you so much. And you guys have access to all of that information I learned in my how to make foam cabinets video. It's in my Van Doling playlist. I'll link it in the description of this video. But one thing I did not learn is how to cut foam on a curved surface. I don't know what I could use for a template to hold this blade against, but I've got this super long X-Acto knife, and I think I'm just gonna go real slow and be tedious and be patient and take my time with it. I'm gonna make love to this thing right now. So yeah, I guess I'll just go. I got a good grip on it. Just following the line. Nice and slow. Seems like if you keep this knife at an angle, the more the angle, the better, the smoother the cut, the less likely it is to get all choppy and weird on you. And if you can see where you're going, that definitely helps. It's not a bad thing to stop and check. There we go. I think that's good enough. Now I just gotta do the same thing a couple more times to get all the way through. See how my body's off to the side just in case this thing slips? I'm out of the danger zone. No castration today. There we go.
Okay, it's rolling.
Alright, you see how this cut is at an angle? It's going down. Sorry, it's getting really windy out here. See how it's like sloping down like that? That's because when I was turning, the blade naturally curved. So maybe a thick blade is a better way to do this. I don't know. This isn't going to make for like super good structural integrity. I guess we'll have to go extra heavy on the Gorilla Glue on this one. The stuff does expand quite a bit, so this is a big experiment, man. I don't know if this is going to work or not. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. I guess we'll just keep cutting them out and see what happens. The other thing to consider here is this top part is cut on the line, but the bottom one, the bottom plane over here sticks up. So I'll probably go in after this and cut that out because the length of this to down here is longer than the other side, and it's longer than it's supposed to be. So I've got to cut this down to make it flat. So if I cut the top down in, then it'll be too short. Then it'll need to have the extra Gorilla Glue in there to expand everything. But right now, this side is actually too long, so I gotta trim it down. Okay, so here's the scoop. We got done with all the cutting. By the time I got to the end of it, I got pretty confident in what I was doing, and I was much quicker at it, just like anything else. You know, you learn how to do stuff. So now we're gonna move all the foam into the van. We're gonna park it on flat land because it's a pain in the ass on this hill we're parked on. And then we're gonna put it all together, make sure we got all the fine, all the fine details totally worked out, and it's 110% that it's exactly what we want. And then I gotta finish working on the Astro a little bit. We're gonna move that out, and tomorrow we're actually put the cabinets together. Tonight we're just planning everything and getting everything completely well thought out and ready to just slap it together and go. Alright, so last video I mounted the solar panel on this thing with the glue, which I thought was a little nuts, but I read a bunch of other people did it and they didn't have a problem. So we've driven on the highway now and it's been just fine. I'm gonna try grabbing this thing and yanking on it. It's not moving. The roof is actually flexing. And look how much this roof has concaved in from the fan. It's crazy. Yeah, man, this glue is plenty strong. Unless it breaks down in the weather or something, I think it's gonna be just fine. Okay, so it is a real pain in the ass to keep the stuff up with tape, but this is basically it. It's falling apart right now. The tape just doesn't hold it up too good, but we get the basic idea. We just wanted to put it in and see how everything fit and make sure that nothing else needs to be modified, and we actually found a couple little spots that need to be modified a little bit, and then we'll cut them and bring them back in and take care of that. For instance, this piece is out a lot because it needs to be cut out around the ribs, and then we had to modify it for something else, and we forgot to take something into account, so we'll have to just redo the whole thing, which is fine. Not a big deal. Yeah, but this is good. So we've got the guitar cab down here, the bass amp, the head for the guitar. Where did it go? Oh, right here. This guy's going to go right here, so that'll be sweet. I can just turn the amp on and jam whenever. Same thing with the bass. And then these will be like little IKEA, what do you call those? Little IKEA boxes?
No, they're gonna, little boxes that go in there for like small stuff.
Yeah, just simple little boxes that come in and out of there. And then these will just be shelves for whatever, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And then this will be my clothes, and that'll be her clothes. And then that will be a closet where we can hang clothes. And up there will be the electronics. And it might not make sense right now, but you guys will see. I think this is going to be rad. We got to figure out a way to secure the amps in there, because it's not going to be just the foam holding it in. There's going to be another way to hold these amps in. I'm just not sure what it is yet. If you got any ideas, let me know. All right, everybody, so we cleaned up, and I am now at Burgerville grabbing some dinner real quick. So this is it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. We'll get started on actually putting those cabinets together. Make sure you check out Evie's channel, because she has a lot of information there that I just left out. So thanks. Love you, Sam. Oh, look out.
I know your tricks.
You don't know my tricks. Ah! You don't know my tricks.
Yeah, I do.
You don't know my tricks. How hard it is to hold up a camera when you're trying to fight me.
Tickles, 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 tickles. We'll have a truce. No tickling. No tickling. No tickling. Ha, I got you. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Pause. Pause. I love you. Okay.